In the Soviet Union, there's a lot of informants. People would report what's going on in in their neighbor's home. So obviously, your family, you and your siblings had to go to school, but you didn't go to school. How did you manage to avoid being informed on?
Actually, you mentioned before informants. It was a campaign in the Soviet Union. Certain years, the people should be vigilant. If they have something wrong going on, because it's all the imperialists from the American imperialists try to get spies like that. So my father was very stubborn not to send the children to school. Why? The whole system of the school was to re-educate the young people, as I mentioned, which means you started in Epicurus, Marxism, Leninism, and you have to go Shabbos, Yontef, and you started together with non-Jewish boys and girls, and the environment, besides the education, the brainwashing, my father was against that. Although some people told him, listen, if you live in the Soviet Union, you never leave the Soviet Union. Has to know the language, you will be an analphabet, what you talking about? And my father said, no, you think about the future about your children? My father said, listen, I'm dedicated to my children as every parent. But the main thing for me, he should be Jewish. He will get some profession. Why people go to college? To get a profession. He'll get some profession, learn and make parnos, make a living. And in order to know how to write, how to read, I'll get a teacher at home for an hour and teach him how to write, how to read. The rest of the time, he will learn Gemara Chassidus. And the intellectuality from Talmud, learning Talmud, Rashi, Tosfos, and Chassidus, he'll be much more developed, and his psychological and mental and everything will be much more developed than the studies in the school.
In your book, you mentioned that your family also moved around very often.
What was move around? Yes, it's certain times that I went out with the briefcase from home. I go to my friend, that my neighbor should see that I'm going out, I go to school. For a long time we was under home arrest. The people shouldn't see, the neighbors shouldn't see us, they kept me home. Kept me home for 24 hours. The main thing, the time from school, from 8 o'clock till 2 o'clock. And then we go out a little bit, outside. And this is how we try to save us. Till my brother didn't go to school. Better didn't go to school. Now he's the best lecturer in the Russian language as a professor. He gives lectures because he's talented in that. And now the government used to have people from the schools, the local schools, used to go in the neighborhoods and ask everybody if there are some children to be registered in school, just like that. And they told, yes, there's a boy about me. They find out that I'm not going to school. And they told my father that you should know, if you're not sending him to school, and we understand why you do that, we will take him, we will take off your parental rights, and we will send him to a school to a school from the government to re-educate him. So he understands it's not a play.